Hi guys, this is Jane. I'm coming on here today to share with you an update on my stitching, and I'm sorry for the lighting, but it's 8 o'clock here at night and it's overcast, and yeah, it is what it is. I have a couple of whips and I have some finishes. I have a tiny bit of, or not a tiny bit, but some haul that I have accumulated over the last month, couple of months, 3 months maybe, since the last time. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my HAED that I want to start and how I'm going to do that. So yeah, I have one crochet thing, and it is one of this cloths, washcloths, and it is showing up kind of accurate. Yellow, yeah, well, that helped. Yeah, and this is the only one I can show you because the rest of the ones that I finished, my daughter and her boyfriend has already claimed. So yeah, my first cross stitch whip is this one, my Indian motorcycle, and I think the last time I was somewhere around here ish. And now I have all of the front done and can move on to the gas tank and the other handlebar and go that way. And this one is stitched on an 18 count Ada with DMC, and the needle minder I just made myself out of something I bought on eBay quite a while ago. And the next whip you might have heard me talk about in my last video, the one where I share my winnings and my stitchy kindness from Taryn Worley here on YouTube. I was talking about maybe doing the dragon banner from the Linen and Threads mystery cell from this year, and I did, or I'm working on it still. And I believe this is the March band and this is from April. And when I'm done with this part down here, it's all done. This is for my boyfriend, and he picked out all the thread colors, and I actually think it looks pretty cool with all the different colors. Yeah, and this one is stitched on a piece of 39-40 count something. It's pretty thin and see-through. So I'm actually not sure if it's meant for cross stitch or whatever, but I thought, well, I can see the holes, so I might be able to stitch on it, and I was right. So I am doing this with one thread over 2, and I have totally copied Michelle Bendy Stitches tip with using the needle minder. You know, I stitch in hand and using the needle minder to hold the fabric, the excess fabric over here. And since I don't have a ton I made this one myself with something from eBay as well. And since I don't have a ton of needle minders, I just use a bullock clip to hold it over here. So that's that one, and I am sorry if I'm rushing. But I have made this video once already and I was almost done and I was out of space on my phone. So yeah, trying to get through it without getting cut off. I don't know how to edit, so I can't put the videos together. The next thing I want to show you is a finish. And this one is Hedwig from Harry Potter. And it's stitched on a 18 count something fabric again. I don't know if you can, yeah, kind of 18 count, kind of thick fabric, pretty nice to stitch on. And the blue part, okay, the owl pattern I got online as a free pattern on a website called theleakycauldron.org, I believe. I'm not sure. But it blended in with the fabric too much, so I thought I'll just do some night sky around her. So it's done in half crosses with 2 strands, and the owl and the border I added is done in full crosses with 2 strands. And my friend who is receiving this, she is a total Harry Potter fan, and her favorite house is Gryffindor, so that's why I added the Gryffindor frame around it. Just, you know, stitched from my own imagination kind of thing. So yeah, that's that. Need some backing fabric for that one. And then it's done, and she can get it. Then, okay, 8 minutes in. If you're a new subscriber to my channel, welcome very much. I hope you find something you like. My videos, I make my videos, you know, when I can. So, and to my long-term subscribers, welcome back. Glad to see you again, or glad you're here again. And if you are one of my long-term subscribers, or you have been binge watching my videos, you will know that I've been working on the house quest, or the Harry Potter quests. And the next finish is actually the last one, and it's Ravenclaw, and it's done on the same type of 18 count as the Hedwig. So I have my Ravenclaw done. I have Slytherin. I have Hufflepuff. And I have Gryffindor. And then I have the school quest. And this one is done on an 18 count Ada that I tea-dyed, because I didn't have enough of the other fabric when I started. I have quite a bit of it now because I have been finding it, you know, in the thrift store. So, and the patterns for these 5 house quests I found on Pinterest and just followed the link to a Tumblr blog post from the person who designed them, and she has put them up there for free. So another free pattern, great for someone who is crafting with a really tiny budget like I am. As I've said before, it's kind of almost non-existing. So yeah, this one I actually split up, you know, what colors are needed for the banner, what colors are needed for the frame, what colors are needed for the bird, and what colors are needed for the background, and just bought them, you know, or, you know, one part at a time. I don't know, yeah, I actually think I mentioned it in my last video. For a just a normal skein of DMC, I am paying $2 American dollars, so it's quite expensive to kit up things. My next finish is this one. I bought this as a kit maybe 3 years ago or something. Somerset Design Collection. I haven't been able to find them online or anything, so I can't tell you much about this. But it had the fabric, the threads, the needles, the patterns, everything. And it's done with DMC. You can see the DMC numbers. And it's done with everything in the kit. You know, the kit fabric, this Aida that is pretty stiff, but I don't mind. I stitch in hand, so I actually don't mind that it's stiff. I'm hoping that my son-in-law can make me one of those scroll frame thingy majiggies. Can't afford to buy one, but he is pretty handy, and his father is as well, so I'm hoping they can help me make something that works like a scroll frame. I understand. So, but I've finished this, and I actually think it turned out pretty good. It is kind of pixelated, but I don't mind. You know, when it comes up on the wall and you see it from a distance, you know, it will blend together pretty. So just this 16 count Ada maybe, I don't know, and the DMC threads. And let me put this back in here. Like that. And the last finish I'm going to show you will actually lead into the haul part of this video as well, because I kind of didn't follow the flash tube rule that says you can't use it until you have shown it. My daughter and her boyfriend just moved in together at the end of June, and they have a thing for cacti. I don't know what it is, but they have a thing for them. And I was out thrifting with a friend, and I found this one. It shows 4 different cacti on it, but it only has the pattern for this one, and it's from Permin of Copenhagen. So Danish design, yay! And it was partially started. It's done on 18 count linen, just natural linen, I think. And this is how it looks finished. And the part that was done was some of this light green and this dark green right here, I believe. so not much. And I thought it was perfect because their living room, they have a big um, light pink couch, and they go by color theme, and their living room is pink. So yeah, cacti with a big pink flower. And together with this kit, I bought another kit. This one, Civic, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Scandinavian design, and it's going to look like this. And this one is started as well. Some of her face have been done, and some of her hair have been done. And it's done on a piece of light gray 14 count data, I think, with anchor threads. So all of the threads are in there, and the fabric, and I actually think the needle is missing, but hey, I've got needles, right? Yeah. And the two kits together, these two kits together, I paid 25 Danish kroner, which is a teeny tiny bit, no, let me see, 650, 20, just about $4, I think I paid for the two together. And I have actually found, for me, a lot of cross stitch, because I usually almost never find cross stitch or any other crafting in the thrift stores, at least not the ones in my town. And I actually have quite a few. I have one, two, a lot. The two kits I just showed you is from kind of a garage sale store. You rent a space, you get the stickers that you could see with the barcode on them, and the barcode is special for your stand, and then people just shop around. It's a big indoor store and filled with these shelf units, and you rent just, a space, and people shop around, and when they come to the counter, everything is the cashier rings everything up, together, and then the different things goes to the different accounts. I bought this one from this account, so the money will be credited to that account, and I bought this one from this account, so the money will be credited to that account, but I am paying one total. And then, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Then I was at a thrift store, and I actually found this one. It has the patterns for these two, and I think someone has stitched them, maybe just because of the threads that are all tangled. But there are fabric in here, there are threads, there are 3 needles, and I paid a bit more than $1.50 for that one. The same goes for this one. I know it's the pattern Big Heart. You can place a photo in here. It has the fabric, it has the threads, it has the cardboard to mount it on, so you can use it as a picture frame. something. And that one was just a bit more than $1.50. Then I bought this one. And this is an old pattern. So yeah, and it came with two, I don't know, there's a color key here, and it came with just a bunch of tangled threads, a big skein of, I don't know, white something, Cartier-Bresson, 40 meters, 44 yards. I don't know, maybe, I don't think everything is in there. There's the DMC, there's another DMC, there is probably some, I don't know. I think that the person just picked some threads, and then it has two long banners. So maybe it was meant to be made as table runners. And that one, oh yeah, and it came with this one. And it has an alphabet on the back side. So that one was just a bit more than $1.50. Let me just put it all in here together. And the last bit of all is this. Just little ornaments. And it only has the pattern for 3 of them. I don't remember which one is missing. Some of it has been stitched. Let's open it up. Sorry. Let's open it up and look. I will just take out the patterns. And it has been cut up, you know, in, I don't know why, small pieces. And it is a Oehdenschläger design. And it's that number, 1A. I haven't actually looked this one up on the internet to see if it's new or if it's old. Let me see, this one is the flower that has been started there. Oh, that's a piece of Ada, 18 count I think. And then there's just this piece of linen in there. No threads, no needles. And I paid just under $1 for that one. Let me see, I have the pattern for that one, the flower that has been started. I have the pattern for the mushrooms. And I have the pattern for the poinsettia. So it's the one with the light that is missing. So that's actually all of my haul. Did I say I paid just shy of $1 for this one? Maybe 75 cents ish, just about that. So yeah, great finds for cheap. Which is very, very nice. And the last thing I want to talk about is the HAED I want to do. Oops, sorry, not the camera. I'm using my phone and it is attached to one of those clippy thingy majiggies you can clip to the table. And it has this long bendy arm and yeah. On the HAED website, we have some freebie patterns, and I have been downloading them, and I have been wanting to do a HAED actually for a while, but you know, then you read on it that it needs, this is the one that I'm going to do. I actually think that it's a smaller part of a bigger pattern. But then you read, you know, it takes 88 colors. Yep. 88 colors times $2 a skein. And then there are some skeins that you will need more than one of, and yeah. See? But I decided that I wanted to do this. I'm not doing it on the 25 count that they suggest. I will try to do it on a piece of 28 count linen, because I can get linen here. I actually have a piece of linen from a thrift store. I'm not sure I showed you. I was lucky to find a bundle of different fabrics to stitch on. I think there's one piece in there I will never use, and then there is one piece that something has been started on it, but I can always cut that away and use the rest of the fabric. I paid just about $4 for the bundle, and just the piece of linen that's in there would have cost me a whole lot more. For 1 meter of linen, I think I pay, is it 350 Danish kroner? I'm not sure what that is in, let me see, calculator. By 6.5. It's about $54 maybe. It's not a meter of linen that is in there. I think it's half a meter, so it would be maybe $25 worth of fabric, just that one piece. And there's a lot of other fabrics in there. I don't have it right here to show you. I don't know, but I have this piece of 28 count linen, and what I did was I have a bunch of threads from the Harry Potter. I have some threads, you can see this one with the yellow tag. That's just some thread that I bought for cheap on eBay, and it actually fits the DMC numbers. This one is some thread I bought cheap somewhere else, but it fits the DMC numbers. So I managed a good bit of the threads. My thread cards, I'll show you that later. But what I did was I took the first page of the pattern, looked at all of the symbols, took the chart with the symbols and marked off the symbols, you know, as I got to them. Then I looked at which DMC the symbols were for, and which one I had and which one I needed. Then I took it column by column. So column 1, I needed this and this and this. column 2, I needed this and this and this. And then I can just buy them. I'll start up here in